In terms of fans in the stands, it is Monster Jam's biggest annual event. Everbank Field in Jacksonville. Well over 70,000 Monster Jam fans have packed in for an absolutely stellar lineup, ready to do battle in a 16-truck bracket. And yes, you're not seeing double. 2 El Toro Locos together for the first time, and a lineup that is truly Monster Jam World Finals caliber. Carl Van Horn will represent for Team Gravedigger, and Tom Metz, who loves to come to Florida, wants to get out of here with the racing trophy. Every driver pulls their belts a little tighter as they go for the racing trophy and the Freestyle Championship in front of some of the most passionate fans in all of Monster Jam. It's a star-studded lineup. They're battling on this racetrack. You'll see both competitions next. Take a look at this stellar lineup. Let me bring in our guest analyst for this week. An honor to have Scooby-Doo driver Nicole Johnson joining us. Little different perspective, but it's your first time in Jacksonville. You've heard about this show. It's legendary. What do you think?
Oh, man, these fans here are pumped. They are excited, and we have a world-class lineup. I cannot wait to see how this plays out.
For a showdown in the championship round. Here's how we got there. On the left-hand side of the bracket, Mark McDonald, El Toro Loco, knocked out Candace Jolly and the Monster Mutt Dalmatian in the semifinals. Then, in that photo finish by thousandths of a second, Max D beats David Bradshaw and Monster Energy. Max D takes on El Toro Loco. Tom Metz has been here so many times before. Mark McDonald's been here, but in all honesty, he's got a whole lot more runner-up finishes than he does championship trophies. You know he is up on the wheel. What an opportunity for one of the biggest wins of his career, especially if he can take out the only 11-time Monster Jam World Champion, Tom Metz and Max D. This should be an incredible championship round race, and it's on.
Mark's got a lot of second-place finishes. Oh, what happened there?
Tom does not come off the line. He'll go around him here.
Wow, you got to think, what is going on in Tom's head right now? Mark says, I don't care, I'm hanging in there.
Tom's biting the steering wheel in half. But for Mark McDonald, who has lost some heartbreakers on televised major stadium events, he's going to take it any way it comes. And frankly, he survived.
You know what? Mark is just thrilled here. After coming off so many runner-up finishes, he deserved this massive win in Jacksonville. These fans are stoked.
There's going to be some great action coming as Buddy Tompkins brings out Ice Cream Man. We'll look at some highlights from his run. Pretty good start. Becky McDonough, no horns, not necessary. She comes out strong. The score only 11, about all the judges can do. All right, J.R. McNeil, Exterminator. Fans love a good save, and J.R. gives him one right there. And now, that's the score to beat. 19 moves to the head of the class. And it'll be our next lady to come out and try this big obstacle laden track, Candace Jolly and the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. We got a great outboard shot of Candace.
Candace is really great at keeping her momentum up and finishing her runs with and putting on a great show.
Nice combination. Somebody's going to get in trouble on that. They keep hitting it that way. McNeil saved it. Candace had to kind of ease out of bounds, but the officials did not use the remote ignition interrupter to shut her off, because even though she kind of eased off the track, she was under control.
Yeah, as long as you can demonstrate that control, they'll let you keep going. She gets a little sideways here.
Well, you see how hard she's working in that can. Hey, this is not a place to just take your hand out the window on a Sunday afternoon cruise.
No, she's trying to keep her arms and legs under control, of course, while she's steering, but she's got a lot going on in there. Nice big jump by Candace.
Nice air right into a combination. So the flow is the best we've seen so far from anybody in the competition, but she's got herself in a spot.
When you have to take a backup, it'll definitely deduct from your score as it interrupts the flow. Looks like she's got her groove back on, though.
You can see, you get a great look at the new seats that you drivers are using. Custom built to her body. You have one built to your body, and it makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Being safe inside the truck is a huge priority for all of us.
Monster Mutt Dalmatian is headed for bonus time. Candace Jolly trying to top the 19 points that J.R. McNeil and Exterminator earned to take the lead.
She's got some nice cross threads going, and that's going to really improve her score.
There are a lot of different possible hits here, and the driver's got to find the most spectacular ones. That's how you get the big scores. One thing you can say about Candace better than anybody we've seen so far, every move's followed by another. I mean, it's like everything's been in combination.
She's got a great flow going for her.
There you see it. 20 will put Monster Mutt Dalmatian in the lead, and now that hot seat really is hot. As the freestyle competition continues, Candace Jolly. Monster Mutt Dalmatian has the lead with a 20, and here's one of the new faces on the Monster Jam scene, Derek Anson, and the heavy hitter coming out of the home with a
incredible first jump. Nice big air. He's really coming out here to try and win this competition.
Again, he's trying to make his name, and you know when you get this opportunity in these big courses against this level, you got one shot to come out here and let everybody know who you are. And he's off to a really strong start. Again, the whole name concept works from Louisville, home to Louisville slugger, heavy hitter, it all comes together. Look at there!
Wow, he's really not afraid to let it air out. Doing a great job in keeping control. When you come off a big jump like that, and you really can't see what that next obstacle is often, and he kept it under control nicely. A little bit of cross-threading, that's always good. The judges like that.
I know for a lot of Monster Jam fans, this is the first time they're seeing heavy hitter. Not going to be the last. This young man's impressive.
He's doing a great job, and he is winning the fans over.
Right there, boy, if he could have brought that front end up, he was going for a slap wheelie, but he just flattened down on it.
Yeah, he's still feeling the track out a little bit, but he's not afraid. He is giving it some nice momentum, nice throttle, beautiful jumps.
And again, it's hard to describe, even for drivers who are up and coming, and they start on smaller floors, what it's like. You know well, Nicole Johnson, the first time you look, or the second time at one of these big stadium courses. He's doing it great. He's in the bonus time.
All right, that's a great way to impress the judges. Bonus time.
Serious elevation, Holmes.
That's where you want to let it all hang out, right here.
Wow. Derek Anson, and heavy hitter, making a name right here in Jacksonville, Florida. And with all due respect to Candace Jolly, I think we're going to switch the hot seat again here in a minute.
Yeah, he's really carrying this right now.
It is a 23-year new leader, Derek Anson, and heavy hitter. All right, this run is for the Double Down Trophy. Mark McDonald already has won racing here in Jacksonville. He's on a high, and the Black El Toro Loco, if he can win freestyle, would then take home an extra piece of hardware. And in this day and age, it's, other than the Monster Jam World Championship Trophy, it's the toughest one to get, the Double Down Trophy.
You know he wants that. He pulled off an awesome win in racing. One of his first, I think, this year. He's come in second place quite a bit, and he wants that Double Down more than anything right now.
Mark McDonald has made his name because when he got, oh, hang on, save.
Nice control. It's impressive that he didn't hit that other
Now, I'm
truck.
going to tell you, the judges will not take that off him for that reverse move because it was a great save, and that's where he landed. They won't conduct it. I just don't think they will.
No, I don't think so. They want entertainment. Nice. Skywheeling off the big jump.
The point I was going to make before Mark started getting really wild was he built his reputation as a racer. He's underrated as a freestyler. This guy's spectacular in freestyle competition. So
what I like is that he's cross-threading, and we have seen a lot of really square hits to this point. So he's keeping it interesting and showing us some things that nobody else has done yet.
Still 30 seconds left on the regulation clock for Mark McDonald and El Toro Loco. But when you're looking at this technically and what the judges are scoring on, this is really, really textbook. The flow, move-to-move, combinations, cross-threads, saves. They could use a little more air and a big wow factor, but other than that, he's giving them everything they want.
And when you're behind the wheel, it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour. It feels like you're going super fast. Ooh, nice. He landed right on top of that. Did you see that?
Best air, and it goes right into a slap wheelie. That's nice.
Great
bonus
combination.
There's a lot of heavy hitters to come, literally. With all due respect to Derek Anson, we've already seen. But Mark, I believe he's going to put up a pretty good number right here as he goes for that Double Down Trophy.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Once again, the combination's impressive, and the air is too.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job keeping the fans entertained.
What you love about Mark, there's no wasted effort. He's constantly hitting something, constantly making a move, constantly going to the next one. This is outstanding. Outstanding run from El Toro. Look at that!
Gassed it just at the wrong time.
It was like he was bouncing around on a pogo stick.
Oh.
Listen to this place. They're going nuts in Jacksonville. He will only tie for the lead. I hear some boos for the judges up there in the crowd. Steven Sims and Hooked, one of the youngest stars in Monster Jam. And you talk about this sport having a bright future. Guys like this are going to take this thing all over the world for a long time to come. This kid has got talent.
And at 19 years old, he is really showing us early what his potential is. Nice.
Already been in the Young Guns shootout in Las Vegas a couple of times, and boy, we have seen some impressive runs from Steven Sims. He designed this truck. This was his idea, the whole fly fishing, deep sea fishing idea, offshore fishing. Hooked. It's all Steven Simpson's. That's a nice combination and a cross thread.
Great throttle rhythm, good control. There's a tight turn there, and he's going to pull it out. Impressive air. He is not afraid to show us what he's capable of.
He got that off not much of a ramp. I mean, there's not a lot of pitch there.
There's a lot of horsepower, and he's using it. He's not afraid. Yeah, his maneuvers look really, really good here.
Score to beat is a 23, and Steven Sims has given us a run that could just do that.
Being as young as he is, he's probably the youngest driver in Monster Jam right now. These older guys, hey, I'm one of them. We got a lot to fear in this guy because he's got years and years ahead of him, and he's only going to get better, and he's just impressive.
Way to hang on. And for the record, you brought up age, I didn't. All right, here we go as we continue heading to bonus time for Steven Sims and Hooked. I like everything about this run. Had a little bit of everything. The flow and you mentioned the throttle rhythm. Outstanding.
He is absolutely not afraid to give it gas off of these jumps. It's incredible. That looks like an Adam Anderson move right there.
Big air combination and a cross thread pattern. That was great. So he's going to come back and try it the other way. This is an outstanding run from Steven Sims, the youngster out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Hooked. A 25, look at, he's pumped up, look at that kid. He's going up against the best in the world, and he is in the lead. Of course, here's a guy who takes him out quick. Chad Fortunate, Captain America.
We saw some of the earlier vehicles just playing it safer on the outside edge of the track. Chad went right toward the middle, and that might score him some early points.
Yeah, it's a different strategy, and it's noticeable. That's really astute.
It's risky, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes we start on the outside because it's safer.
Great on-board shot. But Nicole, remember when we talked to him, we heard it for the pit party. He pointed out he was going to go big early and then get into some cross threads.
He got hung up a little bit on that vehicle, but he pulled it out.
So he's doing what he said he's going to do strategy-wise.
Maybe it's just because he's so tall, but on his onboard, his limbs didn't move around a whole lot. He seems to have a lot more control than when we watch some of the other drivers.
Nobody's ever questioned his conditioning. This guy's an athlete. Big, strong, ex-football player, ex-pro wrestler. But we don't even think about those things anymore. He's been a Monster Jam superstar for more than a decade now.
All right, a little bit of cross-threading here. The judges like to see some variety. When you hit everything square, we've seen it once or twice, it gets boring. It's time to hit things a little different, and that's what he's trying to do here.
I like it. I like everything about it. Back on board with Chad Fortunate, Captain America.
As you can see, sometimes steering is just the best you can try and do. He's doing a fantastic job at keeping everything straight. And that steering wheel just wants to go crazy in your hands.
He will fill his bonus time here in just a couple of seconds.
That was pretty cool. Save it, save it!
Nice!
No!
I I spoke too soon. I thought it looked like it was coming back up and then sank right back down. 23, he'll come up 2 points short of the leader.
And a great showman he is.
And the fans get the pose anyway. We've got world champions galore in the house, and they're coming out, and they are going to try and grab the lead from young Steven Sims next. David Bradshaw, Monster Energy. Score to beat is a 25.
All right, Damon wants to win this. He is starting out with great throttle rhythm, fast. He's going to try his best here to pull down a win. And he's always impressive to watch.
Nice.
Nice big air early. The judges like that. Impressive.
Beautiful domination from the 2009 Monster Jam World Freestyle Champion. Now, he has started big, but here is another. This is how you go big inside or outside in. He's starting outside. He's just hitting it bigger than anybody else.
He is right on the throttle when he lands, too. Did you see that rear tire just peel out? He's going to try and get as many hits as he can in his regulation time.
That matters. That matters in today's judging.
Yeah, the more things that you can hit, the higher your score is going to be, and that just proves that you had great momentum, lots of flow, and you're holding it together the whole time.
Monster Jam fans, for folks like me and the fans, unlike Nicole Johnson, who haven't sat in that seat, this is an amazing shot. You can see how little you drivers really can see when you're rolling.
And he's really using a lot of his brakes to maintain control. It's not just gas out there. He's timing it right, and he's using his brake to slow down the wheel speed when he doesn't need it.
This has been the best regulation performance we've seen so far. I mean, this is what the judges are supposed to be looking for. And now he'll take it into bonus time. And at this level of competition, I've said it before, I don't think you can win today in Stadium Monster Jam Freestyle without getting bonus points.
Yeah, he's got to last the entire 2 minutes. 90 plus a 30-second bonus. Incredible!
And look at the slap wheelie.
Wow! Pull it off, Damon.
And he's saying it.
Nice!
Are you kidding me?
That is your wow factor of the night.
Monster Energy has 70,000 on their feet, and he's not done.
Oh, he's broke the rear. Let's see what he can do.
Doesn't matter. All this is for the fans. All the scores are in.
Wow, that was phenomenal.
If we don't have a new leader, I wouldn't want to be a judge because we may have a riot.
There's some really great trucks left. I'm just awesome to go out there and have a run. Hats off to my crew guys. Obviously, they got some work to do, but they're the one that builds that truck, and I go out and have fun. Thank you, guys.
Well, there he is, the reigning world racing champion, but he cuts nobody any slack in freestyle. Adam Anderson and the legend.
He always has some great throttle control. Listen to him. He is rapping on that throttle button, making those noises. It always keeps it entertaining, but it keeps his wheel speed going, so when he lands, he is back on it and ends up with more control.
Show how good this team is and has been over the last year. Yes, World Racing Championships, but he's actually won more freestyle trophies and racing trophies in big stages. That's how good he's been.
All of the Andersons put on a fantastic show. Adam wants to win this. He's trying to make his own name.
And especially since he didn't win racing, he's like his dad in that he's always got a chip on his shoulder when he doesn't win racing, and he tends to come out and do even better in freestyle. Oh my!
Beautiful slap wheelie. And nice combination right into the next obstacle.
Similar to Damon, he took the slap wheelie right into a jump, and that's got to impress the judges.
His momentum seems to be really good here. Taking some risks, that's what the judges like to see. A little bit of cross-threading, not hitting the obstacles in the same way that other people before him did.
Heads to the final 20 seconds. Oh my, look at that.
Nice save. He'll be
How
scored.
do you do that?
He'll be scored well for that. He loves seeing saves.
Wow. Cole Bernard, his crew chief, he must have super glue on those nuts and bolts because this thing doesn't come apart.
No, it still goes, takes a beating and keeps on going.
Bonus time.
Even
and
with the door open.
Yeah, if I'm David Bradshaw, I've just given one of my great runs of the year, and I'm saying, wow, am I going to win? Look at this kid.
I think that body's going to fall apart, but the truck is holding on tight.
Adam Anderson Anderson and Gravedigger the legend trying to just rip this trophy away from Damon Bradshaw and Monster Energy. And what a treat the fans are getting. I mean, it's been great freestyle start to finish, but these last couple have been spectacular.
See, right there, he was really calculating what he was going to do to earn his score in bonus time. He went around another obstacle to hit it sideways. There you go.
Doesn't matter. It's for the fans. Scores are already in. What do they say? Well, we're going to get their decision, and it is the legend, a 29. Adam Anderson has taken the lead. Gravedigger, the legend, moves to the top of the board. It's the legend with the lead. Tom Metz's team, what can you say about Brandon Lambert and that entire unit for Team Max D to change his transmission from the end of racing to right now?
He's got a little bit slower momentum than he would normally do here. I think he was just trying to get his bearings a little bit.
Now,
that was nice.
Here's the thing. Nicole Johnson, the Scooby-Doo driver with us. You like watching the trucks that have gone before you, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Tom does too, but he hasn't been able to. He's been back in the pits thrashing. He doesn't know what anybody's done.
Exactly. He's been in the back of the house helping his crew, trying to get his truck back together, so he hasn't had the luxury of seeing the other trucks go before him. That doesn't seem to stop him, though.
Big air. Well, I'll tell you one thing, when he came back, when he drove on the track and looked at Legend, I know he's sitting there thinking, well, Adam either went out early or he killed it.
Yeah, I think that's a new obstacle that nobody else had to face. Driving around Adam's little pile of cars still there.
This is Tom Mitchell talking about. He might not drive around it. He might go through it. Down to his final 30 seconds. Got to be careful. If you get on that purple plastic again and you're under control, you're fine. They'll let you come back onto the track.
He is going big, and oh, tough for Tom. Too early, didn't get into his bonus time, and that is going to have a huge impact on his score.
Score will be a 20. Again, no disappointment though to the fans because they love Max D and Tom gave him the show.
Yeah, listen to that crowd.
All right, now their fans are on fire. Here comes Carl Van Horn, CVH and Gravedigger. Well, we know Team Gravedigger's going to take home the trophy, but will Gravedigger take it away from the legend? Let's find out.
Oh, everybody here is a Gravedigger fan. Well, probably everybody.
A lot of them believe it. Carl Van Horn, one of the, and again, Team Gravedigger has some of the best drivers in the world. Carl, stop. Wait a minute.
How did he pull out a second truck?
It's two Gravediggers. Now, let me just say this right now. Gravedigger, as soon as Carl made that move, and obviously he planned it, as soon as the second truck comes out, the scoring's done. This is not for score. That would be totally unfair.
This is purely for the fans.
Yeah, so the legend is going to win it. Team Gravedigger gets the trophy, but CVH had another plan for these fans, and I'm told that's John Zimmer, another great Gravedigger driver in the other black and green wrecking machine.
You know, when you're behind the wheel and you've got another truck going, you often can't see them. I don't know if they've got radio communication, but this is extremely challenging and very technical.
You gotta trust your teammate big time.
Absolutely. All of this is for the fans. They are really enjoying this double show from Gravedigger.
Tandem freestyles from Team Gravedigger. Oh, there's some shots that are going to end up on Facebook. Make sure you put that on your Facebook page. You got to put stuff like that and link it over to us because Gravedigger has them on their feet again. There's the final scoreboard. Gravedigger, the legend, Adam Anderson wins it over Monster Energy. Adam Anderson's got the big piece of hardware.
All I want to do is apologize to my crew chief because I don't think that's the same truck I drove in here tonight, guys. It's a mess down there. We love you guys. We always work hard for you. It's not about us. We love these trophies, but it's not about us. It's to turn you guys on. We love you guys forever and always. Monster Jam fans, they're #1 in our hearts.
No doubt about that. And Nicole Johnson, well, you're now an experienced television analyst along with being the driver of the Scooby-Doo Monster Jam truck. But talking about this event and these fans, the Jacksonville special.
This has been incredible to watch. These fans are off the hook, 70,000 of them. I want Jacksonville on my schedule. This is as big as it gets.
Well, if you want to be a part of this or other Monster Jam events, tickets for so many of next year's events, and certainly for the rest of this year, on sale. Just go to monsterjam.com and go down to the upcoming shows. Click on, find the great events that are upcoming. Nicole, it's been great having you. Come back and do it again with us sometime.
Absolutely, I will.
Driver of Scooby-Doo, so watch for her on the Monster Jam circuit. And congratulations to tonight's champion in the Monster Jam Freestyle competition, Adam Anderson and the Gravedigger, the Legend team. For Nicole Johnson, I'm Scott Douglas. We'll look forward to seeing you next time on Monster Jam.